Hello everyone. Today we're going to look at another site that can be a tool in your toolbox. Let's talk Linkpendium. So, what is Linkpendium? Linkpendium is an online directory of links to genealogical resources. It was founded by Karen Isaacson and Brian Wolf Leverage, creators of the RootsWeb genealogical website. Sounds a whole lot like Cindy's list to me. So, shall we compare Cindy's list and Linkpendium? Linkpendium versus Cindy's list. Cindy's list is strongest at the state or topic level. Linkpendium is strongest at the county level. Think of them as complementary sites, not direct competitors. You will want to use both. But don't take my word for it. Do a little research on your own. So let's take a look at Linkpendium. The address is just linkpendium.com, and for the sake of time, I already have it up. This is the home page. If you'll notice, it has 10,400,108 genealogy links. You have localities, which includes all 50 states, localities, United Kingdom and Ireland, and surnames worldwide. You also have a list of outdoor activity links, and I looked up about Karen and Wolf, and they like to climb and they like to hike, and so there's really great hiking trails by locality in the US listed right here. Now, I don't know about you, but I believe in exercise by proxy. My husband is more into that kind of stuff, and he runs every morning, so I let him take care of the running for me, and I just count it that I exercise too. Okay, back to genealogy. By the way, hiking and outdoorsy stuff is just a side note of what the founders of Linkpendium like to do when they're not doing genealogy. Okay, so let's go ahead. First thing, let's look at the surname. So what I want to do is I'm looking for the surname Shaquitis. It never hurts to check and see if there's anybody else out there working on your surname. So I'm going to go ahead and go here to the S surnames. And if you can, as you can see, it's broken down into alphabetical order with the S. And rather than do this for you for a while and have to sing my alphabet song to remind me where I need to be, I just put a tab. So I want to go to SHU because that's what Shaquitis starts with. And right here we have 8,192 families. Well, we'll find our Shaquitis. Okay, there again. Rather than scroll through, I'm going to, whoops, wrong one, go right here. And there is a Shaquitis family listed. Funny thing about that. Shaquitis surname researches, this is the one thing I was interested in because, number one, I know that I put this name up here a long time ago, and I was hoping somebody else might be there, so I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And there I am. Actually, there's the submitter before I learned to use my real name. Shaquitis, this is what I was looking for, and this is how they had you type it in at the time. It's the path that you're looking for. So they came from Lithuania. You have a time from 1860 to now. They left Lithuania and they migrated to Luzerne County, or immigrated to Luzerne County, Pennsylvania. Okay, you can also add your surnames to this root search list, so you may want to do that. Okay, the one other thing, if we go back, is you can take a look. It says explore my heritage records for the Shaquitis family. So I went ahead and did that, and this took me to my heritage. And I see that there are all these results on my heritage, and I'm recognizing lots and lots of these that are already attached to my tree in my heritage. But it was nice to see, and as I scrolled through, there were a few little differences, but for the most part, I had seen those already. But that's okay, because it was still nice to know that they were there. So the next thing I wanted to do is we'll go back to Linkpendium one more time. Okay, We're going to go to the links for localities in the U.S., and I wanted to go to Pennsylvania genealogy. So the first thing I want to do is I want to take a look at the statewide resources. Here are the statewide resources listed. You'll notice there's projects, biographies, there's lots and lots of different categories. So what I want to do is I want to take a look at history. Lots of information in history. I always like to learn the history of an area because it helps me understand if I am in the right place at the right time using the right sources. Okay? Next thing I'd like to do is take a look at immigration and naturalization records. Lots of immigrants ended up in Pennsylvania. Many, many, many in the coal mines. That's where my interest lies. But here are a whole lot of links for different ethnic groups, different time periods for immigrants to Pennsylvania. So that's definitely something that I will want to take a look at. You can also go to the county sites. And let's get back here. When you go to the statewide resources, that's on the first page when you click. I would like to go to this county site now, and I'm looking for Luzerne County, and I see some projects that interest me. Number one is this coal region of Pennsylvania. But before I start there, I want to look down and see, I'm interested in the industry itself. And so we have transportation and industry. And so right here on mines, miners, mining, I find this about Luzerne County, Pennsylvania. And I'm interested to see what they have to say. So here's the localities. I know that in Pennsylvania, most of my relatives were in mining in Glen Lyon. And so this is just some information about the mineral list that was in there. You can get a map, but for sake of time, I pulled that already. Pennsylvania, just blown up. Glen Lyon is down here, Luzerne County. And so for me, I took a look at, I'm looking close here by Scranton. I'm guessing that maybe this one right here is going to be it. Then I pulled up, and actually, when I was able to blow it up, Glen Lyon is right here. And both sides of my father's family were all coal miners right in this area. So it was interesting to see that, and now I can explore more. Now that I know what the area looks like, I can explore more with that. I also want to go back to statewide resources for a minute, and I may need to open up another tab, go back to Linkpendium, if I get in the right spot. Okay, one other thing that I want to point out that I found on the statewide resources page. I'm always interested in history, and so when I went to history, I was excited to see a link that said Pennsylvania State History. And as I looked at this, I thought, well, I clicked on a couple of these and the links are broken at the moment, but I looked, the one that caught my eye was this Historic Pennsylvania leaflet series to see just kind of what they had. And I happened to get lucky, truthfully. And so right here, this child labor in Pennsylvania caught my eye. The reason it caught my eye was because my grandmother worked in a silk factory from age 9, and I had assorted ancestors, great uncles, grandfathers, and such that worked in the coal mines starting at age 6. So this right here, this article is very important to me to show me, to give me a kind of a background. And you just click on it to turn the pages and read it. And so that's one of those tools, or one of those resources that I'm going to take a a close look at. Okay, let's go back now to the county again. Actually, we're going to go back to this nearest locality, and we're going to find just a couple of other things. There was also a spot that was coal region in the area, and I've looked at this, and it is another great site, especially if you have ancestors that are right there in that coal region where my ancestors were. I did find, as I tried to search this a couple of days ago, the links are broken right here, but there are some interesting things that I did find playing around with this site. One of them was this Patch Towns. I had never heard of Patch Town until I was talking to a relative that I found just a couple of years ago, and she said that her parents lived in Patch Number 1. I had no idea what Patch Number 1 was, but as I learned more about the area, I realized that that was just how they designated it. They were houses owned by the coal company, and right here, this Alden is the one that my family lived in. It's a hillside village southwest of Nanticoke. Used to be a coal mine and a breaker here, but it was demolished many years ago. But now when coal miners, or when I read about coal mining and I hear, oh, they lived in Patch Number 3, I know that they lived in a certain area of coal company houses. So that was interesting to me, and I want to learn all I can about the coal mining because that's where all my ancestors spent many, many, many of their daylight hours. You can also check out different recipes. I thought this was interesting. Straight out of the coal region kitchen, and you can just read these molasses candy, 1 cup or a barrel of molasses, and it's called Mosey. I don't know. I don't have the accent going. If you look, there's all these things that are very normal for that region. So check it out. It's kind of fun. They probably weren't eating at McDonald's every day. The last thing I want to show you that is just really fun is this coal speak. And it's the official coal region dictionary, but it makes me laugh because there are some really, it seems like every area has their way of condensing the language a little bit. And so I thought this was funny. This very first one, Acme grocery store. Do they sell dat at the Acme? Or Anthony, which is Anthony. Yo, Anthony, move your car. My aunt's got to go to Mass. And my favorite of all is aspirin, which is aspirin. I have to go take some aspirin now because I have to clear the headache that I have in my head so that I can use all these resources on Linkpendium. Good luck in your searching. Thanks.